Good, blessed Throwback Thursday, August the 20th, 2020, time being about 6:30 p.m. I'd like to greet everybody with the universal greetings of peace and the blessing of God be with you. I got one particular topic I want to talk about, maybe two, but the main one is about our children's. Too many of our children is being kidnapped. Too many of our young girls is being kidnapped and raped. And in certain areas, law enforcement officials is not showing no type of concern nor consideration. All people that said that they are activists, you have to pay attention to an activist. An activist is not part-time. You see, an activist is an activist 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and every leap year, which every leap year is every 4 years. This year, 2020, was 366 days. I'm going to show you the difference in an activist and an actor. It's a big difference. You see what I'm saying? There's a real big difference. I'm going to show you a real parent and a real father, especially a real black father, because a real activist, a real father, a real parent, a real law enforcement official, they won't be just no part-time. You see what I'm saying? They'll go by any means necessary to protect their child. Let me show you something for a fact. July the 31st, I believe it was, 2020, a good friend of mine that I grew up in the row houses with. I was on Cleveland and they was on Cambridge, but I came up to Cambridge. In 1970, we moved to 624 West Division, but 624 West Division in the row houses was my stomping grounds in Cabrini Green. But a young 9-year-old was killed. And if the shoe fit wide, if you're not a part of it, don't let it bother you. Because, see, people say everything about me. They say I shouldn't have my kids or my daddy, but I let them talk. You see what I'm saying? And sometimes I'll play James Brown's song. A dull night ain't nothing cutting. They just talking loud and ain't saying nothing. Because anybody see the condition my daddy was in when I went up to Chicago to get him, and to see the condition he in now, August of 2020, 6 years later, they see the condition my daughters was in. When I went and got them, when the Charleston, Missouri Police Department here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, up under the leadership, to me, as a known racist, Robert Bobby Hearns. You see, and you Democrats, I'm going with y'all this year, but the black Democrats down here is working hand in hand with these racist white Democrats. The racist white Democrats down here didn't even vote for Obama. Robert Hearns' family didn't vote for it. All you got to do is Google it up. But I want to show you what they thought about my two daughters. Y'all see how beautiful, intelligent, and how they doing? I want to show y'all how did none of these black or white law enforcement officials, nor any of these preachers down here, come together to try to help me rescue my daughters when they was 1 and 2 years old, when the Charleston, Missouri Police Department came in my house right here where I'm living at now, on Vine Street in Charleston, Missouri, May the 19th. I'll never forget it. It was Malcolm X's birthday. It was a little after midnight. May the 19th of 2008. Held me at gunpoint, took my children, gave them to their mother, let her go into Chicago with them. I don't blame her now because she had a condition that she was fighting. And these racist white supremacists and these sellout black preachers, leaders, NAACP, all of them, down here in Charleston, Missouri, they worked it hand in hand. They used the judges in the 33rd Circuit Court here in Charles, Missouri, Mississippi County, to help them get my kids up out of there. I started to let them kill me, but who would have been taking care of my daughters today? May their mother rest in peace, who passed away this year in March the 15th. But I want to show y'all something. They took them out of here, no justification, no warrant. The chief of police tried to tell me the next day that the DCF did it. DCF didn't come to my house. One thing I know about DCF, they not coming in the house at no midnight and disturb no kids. But let me show you the condition of my children. When they took them away from here, they gave me a court date, which you knew that was fake. It was for June the 3rd, 2008. And me and my lawyer went up there, wasn't nobody there. My kids was already, somebody spotted them in Chicago already. That's when some of the Cabrini Green, most of all the row houses in the Cabrini Green was still open. And I'm going to show you the condition my kids was. They was gone for 70 days and 70 nights. And all them activists that you see up there, I call them actors. They be in front of these news reporters when the kids get killed. See, if my kids would have got killed, y'all would have seen them same one. Let me show you their condition. How could you miss seeing two little kids in Chicago, Illinois, in the projects, sitting outside, hair nappy, malnourished, dehydrated, mosquito bites, and then my barely 2-year-old daughter, when you look at her arm when I show it to you, when I got them back, 70 days later, brought them back down to Missouri, took them to their doctor and had to take them to St. Louis. My then just turned 2-year-old daughter, had an elbow fracture. The doctor said for a minimum, it could have been longer, a minimum of 2 weeks. Now, what was them damn activists at? I ain't gonna do too much because my damn ain't no cussing word. But I want to show you the pictures of them. And you couldn't miss them. Because the only way I got these pictures because I had family and friends monitoring them until I can calm down so I wouldn't go up to Chicago and kill nobody or kill nobody down here for taking my children. These Charles, Missouri Police Department, President Sheriff Department, NAACP, 90% of these leaders down here, preachers, black and white, if y'all get Biden in, send them down here. I got paperwork to show how evil these people are. Look at these pictures of my babies, left with drug dealers. How could you gonna miss seeing two little kids sitting out there with drug dealers and drug addicts transaction business? Check it out, y'all. All right, now, can you see that real good? If you can't, let me try to get it in some light. That's my two daughters. They sitting in the row houses, Cabrini Green on Cambridge near Walton. If you don't know where Walton at, Walton is a hop, not even a hop, skip, and a jump from Oak Street. Oak Street happened to be 1000 North. They sitting on the east side of the sidewalk in Cabrini Green row houses. You take a close-up look at my daughter's eye. The little one here, Birdie's, is halfway shut up. It's halfway closed. Where was them activists at? You know where they was at? They didn't have nothing to act about. Most of them envy me because I stand up against black individuals that's using blacks. Let me show you some more. Look here. We didn't name Queen Ramona Queen for nothing. You see Queen crying because my people finna leave, but they let her know they not gonna leave for long. You see Birdie got her arm up. The arm that's not up, the right arm with the cup in it, it's been fractured. She been out in the streets. You see the way they dress? You ain't never seen my kids dressed like this. Look at these grown people here. Look at these grown people here with that dope. You see that dope in their hands? That's who was watching Queen and Birdie. You see that shirt Queen got on? You can see it's too small. You see, they seen these drug addicts. They didn't care about the people seeing them. They moved out the way. They moved over here. But when I got them back, I cleaned them up, put them back like they was. This here When I went up there to get them, it was July the 29th of 2008. 70 days later, y'all, they were starving out there. But look at them now. You see what I'm saying? Ask some of them activists up there in Chicago that have been sitting on Cambridge when that 9-year-old boy was murdered. They still murdering kids up there now. Where them activists at? Ain't no show no more. They actors. And I don't care if none of them like what I'm saying. You see my babies? You see that cast? That arm had been broke. You see them babies? I want y'all to take another look at it. Y'all show these to somebody. Ask them activists where they was at from May the 19th of 2008 to July the 28th or the 29th of 2008 when my kids was out there in them streets. See, I was 400 miles away, but I made it up there for them. That's a real father. That's a real activist. And see, I still talk up for other people's children too. Had I not went up there and got them, you know where they probably been? They probably been dead, or probably somebody was out there trying to prostitute them. Don't y'all think if you thinking about moving to Charleston, Missouri or Mississippi County and you're black and you're not a sellout, don't come down here. Ask somebody. You see what I'm saying? Ask somebody. But y'all know I changed, because had I not changed, you know, it would have been a bunch of dead individuals down here. You know, some of them still talk about me. They come out to their doors and listen to me talk. That's why I talk loud. You see, the police allowed me to be assaulted on camera now for no reason at all. And look here, it should have been a felony assault. I just got the police report today, a copy of it. They didn't press no charges. I got a copy of it. It's a class 4 misdemeanor. The individuals gave a summons and gave a fine. And I had contusions. You see what I'm saying? But that's because it's Raymond Lewis Ivy. But you know what? I ain't going to try to get no physical revenge, because God had been dealing with everybody that misused my daughters down here. If y'all look at my daughters today, y'all would never think that they've been through what they've been through. White police let a white bus driver do something to my baby when she was 5 years old. The same one with the arm broke. You see what I'm saying? They see their daddy come home with bruises and bloody up, and see the police ain't did nothing. But see, what they looking for me to go back into my olden days and kill somebody, but it's about 3 or 4 of them that God done took off the earth already, and I didn't have to move a hand. But I do put them in the courts. I am preparing a lawsuit for this racist, white supremacist ran sheriff and police department, and a God to handle these so-called activists and preachers down here. But y'all take a look. Take a look, y'all. Now, it's some good people down here in Charleston, Missouri. I'm going to tell you about that. You see what I'm saying? But they ain't the ones that you see in the newspaper all the time. You see, if I get caught doing something, I videoed one of these sellout blacks down here for being right down the street from my house telling children that I raped children. I videoed them, and guess what happened? He was lying on me, but they locked me up, got an outstanding warrant for me, locked me up, wrongfully convicted me, and gave me 2 years probation. Some of these black business people, these black preachers and leaders, they came to court with this individual. He was black too. You see what I'm saying? He's the NAACP president now. But they don't care nothing about me and my family. But I tell you one thing, God do. That's why God let me keep on exposing them, black and white. A real activist is exposed to black as well as the white. You see, look at my daughters and them again. Had they not took my daughter, and I'm going to tell you another thing. Did nobody get charged with my daughters and them arm being broken? Found out that they came in my house illegally. And then when I got jumped on, the police was laughing about it. But you know, if they took inventory of the Charleston, Missouri Police Department, I'll guarantee you some of them, my daughters and them can read, write better than some of them. They can't read, they can't write. They put false reports on black people that stand up against these sellout Negroes. That's what Malcolm X called them. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm angry, but I ain't sinned in my anger. I ain't picked up no guns because God been taking care of them, y'all. Y'all put Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County on the map. I want y'all to know 90% of these black preachers and white preachers down here, City Hall, the 33rd Circuit Court here in Charleston, Missouri, the police department, the NAACP president and members. Because if you're falling behind him and he ain't doing nothing when a child is taken out of their house, he ain't doing nothing when a white bus driver did something to a 5-year-old black girl in the school and the police didn't even write a police report, didn't even talk to the bus driver, but tried to tell my daughter he was just trying to help her. That made me want to pick up guns, but God said, no, I got this here. One of the individuals that lied with him and made rest in peace, he came and made his peace with me, and then he committed suicide. I felt sorry for him. You see what I'm saying? At least he admitted what he did was wrong. But all you blacks down here that's working hand in hand with these racist white police, racist judges, y'all days is coming. I want y'all to see it real good. Y'all fought before to get me up off of Facebook. You fought before to get me off of YouTube. But I don't care what you get me off of. You can't take this voice from me. And I hope you're hearing down the street, up the street, anywhere else. Go tell the chief and the sheriff to what I said. Go tell the judge, because I ain't scared of none of them. You can incarcerate my body, but you can't never take my mind. There go two good people there. Y'all know, am I telling the truth? Yeah. Huh? Yeah. Is they racist down here? Yeah. Y'all seen how they did me, didn't you? Yeah. What did they want me to do? Go to jail, didn't they? They want my voice to be locked up. Look at that, people walking past. Usually when I be making these videos, you have these blacks that's paid by the whites to come by and say, F you, Raymond, come by and threat. But I pray to you blacks, don't let them get you killed. Because the next one of y'all put your hand on me or attempt to put your hand on me, I ain't got to tell you what I'm going to do. All you got to do is look at my record in the Illinois Department of Corrections, and it'll make you think twice. Peace be still.